Good morning, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Forsyth in Georgia. Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling day. It has been off to a great start. We've been out for our walk this morning. Zeffy is exhausted. There she is up there at the front. Zeph, can you say hello? She was annoyed before. She was actually sitting on the top step by the screen door here, because we've got all the doors and windows open again today, letting this beautiful fresh air in. And there's a tree not far just past the awning, and there were squirrels running up and down it and running around the ground in front of her, and she was just sitting there, her ears up, and she was fully focused on these squirrels. It was hilarious watching her, knowing that she couldn't go out and chase them. Thankfully, she didn't put the screen on the screen door to the test as with her weight behind it or anything like that. So she just sat there and watched, and now she's sort of like, I'm so done with them. But how are your your challenges for today? Let's get on to the thing. We've got, it's so beautiful here. I've actually extended through till Monday, and it's just gorgeous. We've got all these beautiful trees around us. There's geese honking. There's a little bit of traffic noise, but otherwise it's so peaceful and serene, and it's actually been inspiring my creativity. I've got some writing done in the last couple of days, and I've got this piece which is bugging the crap out of me, because I know I know how the scene plays out in my head. I'm just trying to get it out of my head into words, and it's bugging me because every time I try it, I read it back and I go, no, that's not how I wanted to describe it. So might just have to do a brain dump on that one. But anyway, so your challenges for today. For your mindset challenge, we're going to look at language. Language plays a huge part, and I'm not talking about French, Spanish, Portuguese, or anything like those sorts of languages. I'm talking about the language that you speak. What are you speaking that has an effect on your mindset? So for example, if you say, I don't understand, why not rephrase it as, what am I missing? So it's taking what is coming out of here, watching what comes out of the mouth, or what you're thinking about, because that has a huge impact on the energy that you put out into the universe. So watch your language. You could do things like, I give up. Instead of saying I give up, say, I'll use some of the strategies that I have learned. Instead of saying I made a mistake, say mistakes help me improve. So let's see, this is too hard. This is, what am I? I'm on a website here. This is too hard. This, and change it to, this may take some time and effort. And anything that's hard is worth doing. And yes, it does take time and effort, and it's worth doing. It's good enough. Is it really my best work? I'll never be smart. No. I'm going to figure out what she does and try it. If you think, oh, that person is so smart, figure it out. What are they doing that you can do as well? What can you incorporate? I can't make this any better, and then change it to, I can always improve. I'll keep trying. I know that my writing at times, there's times I read my writing, I'm like, I can do better. Not like, oh, that's a piece of crap. It's like, no, you can do better. So we change it. I'm not good at this. It's sort of like, well, I'm on the right track. I may not be good at it, but I'm going to improve. I'm going to figure out how to do this. One that really bugs me, that I hear all the time, and I very rarely hear it rephrased, and that is when people are talking about how much weight they have lost. Keyword lost, or weight loss. Weight that they have lost, or they're on a weight loss program. That's a very negative connotation if you think about it. But if you turn around and say, okay, because your brain will also figure out, oh, what happens when you lose something? Your brain goes, the subconscious goes, oh, we've lost something. Where is it? Let's go find it. So instead of using the word, when you're talking about weight loss, talk about weight release. You are releasing weight. You no longer need this weight, and you're releasing it. Because when you release something, that's it. It's finite. It's gone. It doesn't come back. But if you lose something, you're going to go find it. And that's one of the biggest things that I hear out there today is people keep talking about weight loss programs. They're talking about weight they have lost. And then I see them, a few months later, and they've put the weight back on again. And what happened? Oh, it just came back on. Not sure. And I'm sort of like, well, yeah, because you keep using the word loss and you keep hearing it. If you want to lose weight, no, I don't want to lose weight. I want to release weight. And so one of my things that I do every morning when I wake up, because on my mirror it says begin each day with a grateful heart. So I do that. And I say, thank you for the weight I am releasing today. Not losing it, I'm releasing it. I'm done borrowing. And it's what I look at my body in the mirror every now and again and go, I love my body. I love the way it is. And today I'm going to be releasing the excess weight that I have been borrowing because I no longer need it. So think about what you say. What is coming out of your mouth? Can it be taken the wrong way? Can you reword things so they have more of a positive impact? And instead of saying, oh, this isn't going to work, it's like when I'm in the mastermind group and sometimes somebody comes up with a really good idea. Oh, that's a great idea. And instead of thinking, oh, no, that's not going to work for my business, I'm like, okay, instead of saying I can't, turn it around and say, how can I? So instead of saying I can't do this, turn it around and say, how can I? Because sometimes the idea may be a brilliant idea, but the way it is may not work for your business, but with a little tweaking, it could be a goldmine for your business. So when you see something and go, well, I can't do that because of it doesn't fit with my business, turn around and say, oh, well, how can I make this work for my business? Find a way to tweak it and make it different. It's all about the language that you use. So and it's like when I used to coach gymnastics. This was brilliant. I used to coach gymnastics. Did it for 10 years, had a blast. It was recreational gymnastics, and I had kids from ages 4 through to 16 that I would coach at different times, and I would teach them a new move or teach them a different way to do a forward roll, and they'd look at it and go, I can't do that, and I'll go, it's not in my dictionary. They look at me and go, what? I said, the word can't is not in my dictionary. They go, yes it is, and I go, it's not in my dictionary. And I said, if you bring me in a dictionary and show me the word can't in the dictionary, then I will believe you, but it is not in the dictionary. We don't use that word here, and so you can do this. You've got to try. If you don't try, you'll never succeed at anything in life. And I said, now unless you absolutely try and give it your 100% best effort, not just attempt to do it and then go, well, that didn't work. I want 100% effort, and I want to see you attempt to do your best at it. And then what we will do is we'll make tweaks to improve it so you can do it. And so, but I used to have these arguments with the kids about the word can't not being, and well, can't is in the dictionary. I go, no, it's not. So you bring me a dictionary and you show me where the word can't is, then I'll believe you. Until then, get there on the mat and do the exercise. So we used to have these discussions, and it was amazing. The thing that the best part is that they would look at something as simple as a forward roll, and taking a forward roll and making it a straddled forward roll. And a straddled forward roll, you start with your feet apart, you then roll, and as you roll, you tuck in, and then before you get back onto your feet, you actually spread your legs back out again. And the kids would say, I can't do that. And I'm saying, there's no such word. And I would make them give me their best effort. And then we would make changes and tweaks. And the next thing they knew, they were doing straddle forward rolls like nobody's business. And the look on their face the first time they did it, that was worth all the battling that I had to do with them to get them to try. It's not about not being able to do something. It's about finding a way to do it. So instead of saying, I can't do that, you hear a great business idea and go, well, I can't do that. It's not going to work with my business. Turn around and say, how can I do that? And find ways that you might need to make a tweak here and there to make it work for your business. There is so much in my business that I have done because I have used that philosophy. And I will tell you, the benefits have been huge. Yes, some of them don't work, and that's okay. At least I tried. And that's what it's all about. So your mindset today is language. Watch the language that is coming out of your mouth. Instead of saying, I don't understand, turn around and say, what am I missing? Instead of saying weight loss, use weight release. That's my biggest pet peeve, is hearing, oh, look at this big weight loss program, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, argh. You just want to call people up and go, please put weight loss. I wish somebody would bring out an advertisement at times about a program that they're using to release weight and actually call it a weight release program. I would love to see that. But I bet nobody has the balls to do it. There's a good challenge. So if you are in the health and wellness industry and you have a weight release program, Are you brave enough to turn around and actually promote it as a weight release program, or will you still call it a weight loss program? All about the language. Your business challenge today is rewards. We're going to, if you've got a task that needs to be done, that you need to do, for example, set yourself a goal during your hour of revenue making calls to do say 5 calls during that hour. And if you complete that hour, then you can reward yourself. It could be, go and have an ice cream, or going outside and going for a run, or some activity that you enjoy doing. Like I dug out my husband's iPad the other day and powered it up, and I thought, I could be using the iPad in conjunction with the laptop. That would give me 2 screens and save me a lot of flipping backwards and forwards. And I happened to sit down with the laptop, the iPad, after it had powered up, and I noticed this little app on there that was it Magic Puzzles or something it was called? Oh my gosh, I got so hooked on that. It was jigsaw puzzles. And I thought, well, I can't put jigsaw puzzles on the table because my table is my desk. It's my eating place. I've got nowhere to do jigsaw puzzles, and I love jigsaw puzzles. It allows my mind to go, and it actually opens the mind up and releases a lot of worry and stress and all of that sort of thing. And I got hooked on these. So my reward right now is, if I want to go and do a puzzle on the iPad, I have to, and I will set myself a goal of what I have to do. It could be, okay, we're going to concentrate for 1 hour and we're going to get this done. And when I'm done, I get to go do 1 puzzle. When I've done that puzzle, it's then on to the next activity. So find things that you can reward yourself with. Maybe it's, you're in the middle of reading a gripping novel, and you're sort of like, you're at the end of the chapter, and you're like, oh, I've got to go do the work. And it's like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the book down, which for somebody if you're like me and you're a big bookworm, you know how hard that is to do. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to go and do get my housework done. Or I'm going to go and get this work task done. I'm going to go and pull off 5 stickers off my wall and get them done. 5 tasks off my project board and get them done. Gamify your day. Make it a little more interesting. Play games with it. Make yourself a game about doing tasks at work, in your work life. Make it a game to do to get stuff done around the house. Well, if I get this done, then I get to go do this. If I get 5 of these labels off the wall, then I get to go and read that next chapter and find out what happens. And it's going to bug you like crazy. So you're going to put that timer on. You're going to go grab those 5 stickers that are each, 10 to 15 minutes each, and you're going to get them knocked out. And then when you're done, you get to go finish that chapter and find out what happened. So make a game out of it. Maybe it's you want to go outside and sit in the sun. Okay. We're going to go and do that as soon as we get this done. Because, if it's something that that once you get stuck into it, you're going to get trapped in it, like me with jigsaw puzzles, I cannot leave a jigsaw puzzle incomplete on a table. I will sit up till 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning to get a jigsaw puzzle completed. I do not go to bed with a jigsaw puzzle left on the table. I just don't operate that way. It's a puzzle. I've got to solve it. So I can very easily lose track in time. So to be able to do the jigsaw puzzles on the iPad, I get to do 1 puzzle, because it costs a lightning bolt to do a puzzle, and I've got 13 lightning bolts, so that's 13 different puzzles I can get to do, because I've already done all the ones that come with the program. So I can play 13 puzzles. I can do 13 puzzles, 1 each lightning bolt, but I'm only spending 1 lightning bolt at a time. But I have to do something in order to earn the right to go and sit down at the iPad, put my feet up for about 20 minutes and go do a puzzle. So so make a game, find something that you enjoy doing that you can easily get lost in time, and make a game out of it. What can you do to reward what can you do in your business to go and reward yourself? Are there phone calls you have to make? Set a goal. I'm going to make 10 phone calls today, and when I've done those 10 phone calls, I get to go do this. I have to get out 3 email campaigns today. Once those 3 email campaigns are done, I get to go do this. I have 7 quotes that need to go out today. Once those 7 quotes are out, I get to go do this. So make a game out of business today and find yourself a reward that would help drive you to achieve that goal, so you can then go and have that reward. Because I will tell you this, when you have made those 10 phone calls and you then go and get to do the reward, that reward will be so much, that time will be so much more satisfying to you, because you've accomplished something. You've done your 10 calls. You did what you set out to do. Whereas if you only did 7 and go, oh, done 7, I'll do the other 3 later, and you go in and do your reward, it's not going to be as satisfying. So make a game out of everything. And then today, for the fun thing, I just kept, for some reason in my head last night, popped in Wiggle Wednesday, and I was like, Wiggle Wednesday, that sounds really cool. Just get up and wiggle. So get up, put some music on, and dance. It's all that is. It's Wiggle Wednesday. So do some wiggle. What was it? Wasn't there a program called The Wiggles or something on TV at one point? Just go wiggle. Just find, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. If you got to go wash the dishes, wiggle while you wash the dishes. You got to go dust, wiggle while you dust. I always put music on when I do housework, because then I can dance through the housework, and it makes it go so much easier. So if you've got a task that you don't really want to do, find a way that you can wiggle while you do that task, so it makes it more enjoyable to do. Anyway, so that's it. Mindset is a language. Watch what comes out of your mouth. Watch what language you are using when you think. Business is all about gamification and making a game out of the tasks that you need to do. So, things like getting stuff off the board today. I already have 3 of the notes off the board that I'm going to be accomplishing today before I get to go do a puzzle. And then your fun thing is Wiggle Wednesday. So let's wiggle the day away and have a super fantastic sparkling day. And we will catch you guys this evening. He konera.